Meanwhile, let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Flex and Rants show. Fab. What are you doing?
Listen. I don't want anyone to ask me any questions, yeah? I don't want. This is gonna be my outfit, yeah? You see these next games coming up that we got? Leicester at home, yeah? West Ham away, Arsenal at home. Obviously, Astana and Rochdale in between.
Yeah.
If we mess up in them games, yeah? I'm doing fan cams like this, and I'll just be dressed like this personally, because I ain't coming up.
I look like, what was it? Shredder, bro, from Ninja Turtles. That's what I look.
Seriously, you know the funniest thing about this top, yeah? This is Angel Gomez's.
Yeah, that's sick.
I don't know how it fit, man. Josh stole it.
Look at that. Hold tight, Angel.
Hey, hold tight, Angel, bro. But you know what? You were living a lie, Angel, because this fits me. Yeah? I want you in the team and that, but I don't want you in there wearing triple XL clothes and that. Yeah,
that's
you need
nice.
the fit. You need the kit that fits you. But yeah, we was in Cardiff for the last pre-season game, and Josh just see his thing on the side, or was it not Josh? I don't know. Maybe it was someone else. I don't know. No, I don't want to get done for joint enterprise, but yeah.
Oh, mate.
But welcome to the Flex and Rant show, man. Let me just sort this out. Let's sort this out. Back in 1 sec. Rants. So sorry, I'm back in the room. This next batch of games coming up for us, is peak. Because if Ollie messes it up, if the team messes it up and we get on the wrong end of these results, you saw Javi Garcia get sacked from Watford, yeah?
But we had better stats than Ollie, fam.
And if Ollie messes up in these next games, I think it's going to be equivalent to or worse than Mourinho's run.
Yeah.
If you include in the back end of last season.
Yeah.
To when he got sacked. What's your take on these next, say, 3 Premier League games coming up? Because they are fucking massive.
They're massive. I wouldn't say they're must wins because really and truly, it's like I've kind of set myself up already from the start of the season knowing that man are going to drop some dumb points, innit? But like when I think of the games, West Ham away, like we've been West Ham and lost there. Like we've been there, do you know what I mean? And seen us lose there under Mourinho. So I mean, we should beat them, but that's not a given.
Leicester home,
Leicester
which is the
at
next
home
game.
is not a given. You know what I mean? Like Leicester gave Chelsea a good game.
Should have won.
Beat them.
Should have
You know
won.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Leicester are a very good team, and they're going to be there or thereabouts, like near us, to come the end of the season, you would think. And then obviously the Arsenal game again, like that's a tough game, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So literally, we could be sitting here, yeah, and man could have held 3 L's, and literally, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's where I am. I'm being
That bad right now? That bad?
Bro, it's that bad, bro. Man are crap, innit? Man are crap, bro. Like that's just what it is. Like we have to be realistic. Like forget the history, forget all this. We are shit. Like as it stands right now, bro, we're crap. There's nothing that inspires me about watching this team other than the fact that on paper we've conceded the least clear-cut chances in the league. Well, not that matters because man are still losing games. Do you know what I mean? But like it shows that the defensive
dropping points,
reinforcements.
we only lost 1.
Yeah, but it shows the defensive reinforcements we brought in have definitely improved us in terms of that. But we're still not scoring enough goals, bro.
Is there a chance? Like, I'm not saying is there a chance he can get sacked. That was the wrong way to start this question. Is there a worry that some serious pressure could actually be Ollie could be faced with if we're on the wrong end of the results in these
Absolutely.
in these 3 games?
We saw from the end of last season fans were turning on him. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people said he'll be gone by Christmas anyway. Like not even United fans. Like
all the rival fans said it.
All the rival fans. As
rival
soon as he
fans said
signed the contract, they were like he'll be gone by Christmas. And you know what I'm saying? You hate to see it. You would hate to see it, man, because where do we go from here? Like I don't trust the board to appoint the right guy. Like they haven't done it. Not once. Do you know what I mean? So I don't trust them to make a good decision next time round. So, like, hopefully we don't want to see that. But this whole thing of, like, Ollie having the job under no pressure, I think that's a myth, bro.
It's definitely gone now if it was there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because we went on the honeymoon thing,
At the
he was
beginning,
happy.
I said, you know
As soon
what,
as you
like,
get the
he's
job,
not
there's
under
pressure.
that much pressure. There's like a project. like it's a long-term thing, but actually, like if he loses the fans, like I'm sure he'll lose the dressing room not soon after.
But it takes. But I feel like with Ollie, it would take a lot for him to lose the fans. Probably more so than people are getting frustrated and impatient now and starting to question him. I get, but in terms of proper Ollie out, like people outside the games going, nah, get Ollie out my football club. I don't think.
To be fair, people weren't even doing that with Maureen. That was just me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be real, but the thing is, the difference is with like the Ollie situation. I just feel like he talks too much, and he does that because he's a fan. Do you see what I mean? Like, he talks too much and he says things to kind of reassure us and to make us feel good, but I don't know if he genuinely believes it or
has intentions of
doing it. I think he just says it to kind of, because he knows what we're feeling, innit? And he just
because he feels it too.
Yeah,
he is a fan.
feels it and he tries to pacify us. But actually, what you're doing now is you're just giving us loads of reference points to go back and say, yo, Ollie screwed us, bro. Like, because he said this and he didn't do this, and he said this, he didn't do that. Do you know what I mean? We talk about pressure all the time. The Greenwood one's a prime example. How are you going to sell all of his competition and then still not give him minutes? Like, it don't make sense. It's like, what are you doing? It's fair enough you're getting rid of these guys and you're saying all the right things, saying, I trust him, like he's the best finisher at the club, but then you give him...
Which you want to hear our manager say, but then we want to see him on the pitch.
Play him then. Do you see what I mean? And it's like, there's too many conflicting messages coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And I just think that a lot of people are just getting... No one's happy with seeing us this crap. Like, a lot of people, this is new for them, innit? Like, our generation, like, this is new for us. I don't mind us being shit, if I feel like we're going somewhere or we're doing something. But right now, like, it just seems like, man, are biding time for what? Do you know what I mean?
See, I find it... Because I'm not going to backtrack on what I said last week and the week before, which is this. I see some positives that have happened. I have. I think where the problem is that we haven't seen for 9 months on the pitch, we're talking, we haven't probably seen enough. But then I look at the players that are there with what Ollie's got, and I'm like, well, it's going to take time with him at the helm. I know it's another rebuild. It's going to take time. Yeah. He brought in 3 good players.
Yes.
He shifted out a hell of a lot of shit players. Yeah. So what am I expecting this season right now? I'm not really expecting much more than... When I say expect, I mean much more. I expect a little bit more, but not much more from what I'm seeing. I know there's an argument of like, he should be playing better football with some of the players that we got. I agree with that. The plan, what type of team are we? It looks like a counter-attacking team with what we've got, which maybe that shouldn't be the case because we have got some ball players in there. But when I look at the quality of players that we actually have, versed with what he's shipped out and what he's brought in, I just kind of feel like what I'm seeing is a natural, realistic position of where we kind of should be for what we just done. I don't know, like, do you see what I'm saying?
I'm going to keep it all the way 100, Like, even with Mourinho, I always said that, like, barring the freakish second finish, we were never the second best team in the league. I don't care who you think you are. Like, we were nowhere near there. We weren't even a top 4 team, and we just got lucky. Everyone shit themselves. When you look at the players we have and the coach we have, we're probably 10th. Like, I'm gonna be.
So you think he's doing all right? He's overachieving.
No, I'm saying that, like, I'm not getting disheartened no more, bruv, because when you look at it in a cold-hearted day, Ollie ain't a good coach, bruv. Like, he's not. You just, like, he's got no credentials, and he showed me enough in-game with his management that actually what people were saying where the romance has worn off and that you're seeing that actually he's just not that good, bro. Like, when you compare him to his counterparts. So, given that, like, if Pogba finishes, if Pogba got injured, for instance, for a long period of time, bruv, we should probably finish 10th, because he's a 10th manager. He is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, like, even on paper, he's not even that, really.
But he's not. But I'm just being nice with the players that he's got. Because I thought that Mourinho didn't get enough out of these players. Yeah. And that's because I feel like the players that we have are more suited to a front foot attacking style of football. And Mourinho didn't play that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Ollie's not really playing that either. We're playing counter-attacking football. We do have players that can actually hold the ball and pass. Like, it's mad. Like, Pep wanted Fred. Like, Fred's not shit. Fred can't get a game under Ollie. Like, there's no way McTominay's better than Fred. No planet. You know what I'm saying? Because you could throw Fred into that City team and he'll bop. Like, he would. You could throw him in the Arsenal team and he'll bop. but he can't get game for us. And then Andreas ain't that good, like, but at the same time, yeah, like playing centrally, like he's technically good enough that if he was in a passing team, you'd look better than he looks now.
If in a different system.
Do you see what? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, there's players that are technically good at the club, but this whole back to front quick football and that, it's cool with the fast wingers, but we don't establish dominance on games because we don't retain the ball properly.
And we don't do it for long enough. We see when we're on top, so we've been on top against Wolves. The first half against Wolves was the best we've played this season.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Do you know what I'm saying? Brilliant. So, but then that shows me that actually, like, backs up what you're saying. We can look after the ball. We can, although we maybe didn't create as like gilt-edged chances as much as we should have done for the dominance.
We should have been 3-0 up. Probably.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So it shows that there is something there. Against Southampton, the first sort of 5 minutes we weren't great. Then the second 5 minutes, then we took it to 10 and we got the goal. Then we wanted to kick on from there, but progressively the half got worse until just before the half-time whistle, it was like we were almost saved by the bell. We needed it. I'm not saying Southampton were bashing our door and we're going to score, but we just wasn't playing good.
But that's because we don't establish dominance, bruv. Even when we played Chelsea had more of the ball than us. Do you know what I mean? They hit the woodwork twice, they hit the post and the crossbar. But we were ruthless on the counter-attack, but we've never established dominance. Like, I even said it before, under the last manager, when's the last time we played well for 94 minutes?
We used to say that every week, innit?
Yeah. And
is it a mentality thing though, Rants? Because if you can do it for 45 minutes...
mentality thing.
If you can do it for 45 minutes against Wolves, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we're amazing because we did that. Yeah. But surely that must show that the ability is there to do it. So how could 10 players, outfield players, not be able to sustain that then if they've shown it for one half?
It's the style of football and the style of coaching, bro. It is, because if as a coach your main philosophy is possession based, like LVG, man has seen it. We'll keep the ball for 90 minutes. Man can't get the ball from us because that's what they're practicing. Like, clearly what we're practicing, like, Ollie's cool to let these men have the ball and then hit them on the break. But you need a certain caliber and a certain disciplined kind of player, and probably more experienced players to play that style of football, that Atletico Madrid scumbag kind of football where you let people have the ball. You look at Wolves and that as well. Like, they've got guys in their mid to late 20s all over there, but it's an experienced, like, intelligent way of playing football. Like, if you don't have them kind of players and you got loads of flair players and stuff, like, you can't be trying to play this containing, like, Catenaccio, like, flipping Italian thing. Man, you can't play that.
Yeah, you can't play. It's not
you ain't got that. Like, you know what I mean? Even Mourinho, when you look at his teams that did play that style, they had older heads, bro. Like Eto'o, Milito, and them man at Inter Milan, there was an old team. You can't play with these young, we got the youngest average age in the Premier League, trying to play this containing, hit them on the break football. No way, bro. Can't work, man. These men need to learn how to pass to a red shirt again and again and again and again until they get bored, mate. Because they can't string 3 passes together, these lot.
The dominance is definitely one thing. I just think it's mad that, like, if we're seeing glimpses of it, I'm just like, well, if you did it for the first 45, come out in the second half.
But they did it for the first 45 and didn't score.
Yeah.
So now
that's the problem. I think when we don't score,
ideas,
I do think that that's exactly the nail on the head. When we don't capitalise from being on top, it's kind of like we said it in the Southampton game. The heads go, or the mentality changes, and not even that, the other team goes, actually, they ain't put us to bed yet.
Like, these
so against Southampton, when we scored early doors, after that, you're still gassed enough. The 5 minutes after you score, this is what happens, you're still gassed. So we're like, yo, you see that goal, yo? And then James was getting on the ball a bit more, and we're like, yeah. Then when it dies down after 15 minutes, because you're most vulnerable when you've just scored sometimes. When the other team kind of rides that storm, when the team's coming onto you because they've got momentum because they've scored, Southampton probably thought, right, it's 15 minutes after they scored. We're actually getting control back of the ball again. They're not coming at us. Our keeper's not having to make save after save. And they grow in confidence. And that is it. Same against Wolves. Wolves probably got to half-time and thought, fucking hell, we're only 1-0 down here. Like, they didn't really, for their dominance, they didn't really create much. Then they tweaked it and then they just shithoused us. So you're right. I think, and that's why I think the mentality thing comes into it, because it's like, if we don't score when we're on top in these little patches and phases of games, it just disintegrates. So,
but they are a young team, though.
Yeah,
you know
which is going to happen.
Like, when people say, "Oh, it's not that bad," like, you know what I'm saying, we missed 2 penalties, we done all this. Listen, yeah, like, the teams that we've played, we shouldn't have to be relying on one or two chances to win a game. We should be clarting them. Wolves should have been 3-0 down at half time. Easy. Southampton, that team was there to get battered. You're supposed to put 6 past that Southampton side. They're crap. Like, do you know what I'm saying? They're terrible. Palace at home as well. You're supposed to beat them, man. Like, there's no, oh yeah, but we missed a penalty and that. If we're relying on penalties to beat these teams, there's something wrong
But
with it.
that reverts back to Solskjaer in terms of, because I said it last week, like, just say it as it is. Don't say, oh, we played really well, we just weren't clinical enough. No, bro, we didn't create enough chances.
Yeah, you said you weren't clinical enough, bro. So, we worked the keeper twice.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the penalty thing, after that, Ollie was like, yeah, on a different day they go in and change the thing. And yeah, on a different day they do. But like you said,
on a different day they don't get given as well. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you can't say on a different day.
Can't rely on that, man.
No.
On a devil's advocate of that, as we finish off this first section, if Ollie gets the right results, beat Leicester, which there's a good chance we're going to beat Leicester.
Yeah, I still think we will.
It's not going to be easy. We'll talk about predictions. I'm not looking forward to it either. We'll talk about predictions at the end of the show, but it's not inconceivable that we're going to beat Leicester. Obviously not. But if he does beat Leicester, beats West Ham, beats Arsenal, 3 out of 3 in the Prem, and the momentum kind of shifts. Would you change your thinking? Would things start to change? Because we're reactionary as fans, innit? Or what I'm saying is, what energy are you feeling to stay consistent with, regardless of what you see or what can change?
We're not finishing in the top 4.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I think top 6, is where we should finish. If Ollie finishes below 6th, then he's failed, in my opinion, as a manager, because his squad is good enough to at least secure top 6.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good enough to secure.
Because we're the worst out the rest, so we should just finish 6th.
I think it's between us and Chelsea for 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
I genuinely do, between him and Lampard. And you know what? Like, Lampard's a lot less experienced than him as a manager. Do you know what I mean? But boy, like Lampard's thing's looking better than ours right now. Do you see what I mean? So it's just one of them ones where, like, I have to be honest. Obviously, I do want it to work out for Ollie, because it's Ollie, bro.
Yeah,
you know
who doesn't want it?
Because it's Ollie.
Who wants to see him fail? Don't want to see him fail.
The only reason why I wanted him was because it was Ollie. If it was any other manager with his CV that didn't play for the club, I would have laughed. You see what I mean? So, like, I really want it to work out for man, but I'm not deluded, bro, when I say that, like, when I look at the players, I don't think Ollie's good enough to coach his way out of trouble. I think he's out of ideas already. I mean, he looks confused when he's sitting on the bench, like, a lot of the time. And it's a simple change to make, and he makes it way too late. And he honestly looks like he's played his hand now, innit? So we just have to see how it pans out, man. We just have to see how it pans out. But for me, top 4's a myth. Anything outside of the top 6, man, I have to look at him.
Okay. Let us know what you lot are saying in terms of how you perceive these next 3 games coming up, you know. I'm not suggesting that Ollie will get sacked if we lost all 3, but some serious questions
we know what the fans
would be
are
asked.
Like, innit?
Exactly.
Like, we're at the games, we know
exactly
how it goes, and it flips and it goes and that.
It
but
does.
as I said, ain't no one out there, bruv. You know what I mean? Unless Poch is available,
we'll be in a worse position.
What are we going to do?
We'll be in a worse position. Let us know what you're thinking about the first section of the show, guys. Rants, a lot in the news this week. Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Roy Keane, Gary Neville. There was on like a live podcast show thing.
Panel thing.
Yeah. You lot have all seen it. I know you've seen it.
Brilliant watch.
It was a very entertaining watch, and the whole thing was actually 2 hours as well. I haven't watched all of it. I watched a good 30
watched 25
minutes.
minutes of it.
Yeah. Look, the Keane situation, because we're going to talk about this in a podcast as well. So I only just want to get your opinion on it as well. You know, where do you stand on what he was saying about Sir Alex? What he was saying about dressing rooms, what he's saying about current stuff, and what do you stand on his comments?
I've said it. I've said it before. Yeah, like, we saw the best and the worst of Roy Keane in that interview. I don't think Roy Keane lied about anything. Do you know what I mean? I think I've said it before. Sir Alex Ferguson used to get away with some madness. How many other managers would have kicked a boot, in like the darling of English football's face, cut his face open, and no one really said anything about it? Remember when that happened? Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just in the newspapers and it just got swept under the carpet.
Yeah,
and Beckham was out there with his hair back, letting everyone know, look what he done to me, and no one cared because it was Fergie. Anyone else would have been out on their ass.
He can just do that shit. He can do
Fergie's
it.
been the Don, fam. My man boycotted the BBC, fam.
Yeah, no more interviews.
Because they said something about his son or something. Bro, do you understand how bad he was? Like, even I remember when he took the players from loan when his son got sacked and them things like that.
He's like, all right, my son's not there. No, you're not having him.
You see what I mean? He's the only kind of guy.
Hey, Roy Keane's a scumbag, you know.
Bro,
do me a
so Alex Ferguson's the only kind of guy that could have gotten away with some of the stuff he's done.
But because he was so successful in that period as well.
But it doesn't matter. I always say the same with Roy Keane and the same thing with Fergie. Yeah, like you should be able to separate the man from the player or the man from the manager. Right? Yeah. Like at the end of the day, Roy Keane separates the man from the manager. He never said that, like he wasn't a great manager of his achievements. He said, his man management was fucking questionable, mate. If he liked you, it was all right. And if he didn't, it was fuck you. But we already knew this, though.
Exactly.
It's just the way
He's
that
not
Roy
telling
Keane
us
said
nothing.
it.
Exactly. So I
agree 100% with everything that Keane said in terms of how like Robbo was treated, them
Bruce
and bruv, like Fergie's been known to do that. Even the way Van Nistelrooy got jettisoned, bruv. Like Van Nistelrooy bagged like a million goals
and
for us.
Against Millwall,
and then as soon as man had an argument with Ronaldo and he was gone, blood. Exactly. Because Ronaldo was the golden boy, and Fergie said, you know what? Like I've got what I need out of you now. You can leave. Yeah. That's exactly what happened. That's what happened, bro. He said, thanks for the fucking 500 Old Trafford goals, and now you can fuck off because you got Cristiano. That's what happened. That's football, innit? It's cutthroat. Ferguson knew 9 times out of 10 when to get rid.
Which is why he was so successful.
Exactly, and he tried to get rid of Rooney, and it didn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? And we actually saw that at the time when Fergie was trying to get rid of man, that's when I would have got rid of man as well to let him go Chelsea. You know what I'm saying?
Because Rooney was making the noises like he wanted to go as well.
Bro, the time when we had Rooney, Ronaldo and Tevez, I would have kept Tevez, bro.
At that time.
Bro, I would have kept Tevez. If I had to choose between the two of them, I'm choosing Tevez because Tevez is doing bits and he went and won City a title. You see what I mean? So it's like Ferguson did so well as a manager that a lot of people overlooked the clear fuckeries he was doing, bruv. How can you boycott channels and that? You see what I mean? So
he's a don, innit?
Well then, so him and Roy Keane are cut from the exact same cloth.
But that's why they clashed.
So they were always going to clash.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
As men, they're so similar that what they don't like about each other,
it's in themselves.
It's the same. It's a mirror, bruv. Like, and that's what Nev said. He goes, they're literally mirrors of each other, which is why Ferguson could have put that armband on Roy Keane and sent him out there because he knew when Roy Keane's on the pitch, that's me.
He's a representation of himself.
You see what I mean? So with all of that, I don't think Roy Keane said anything about the manager out of hand. When he was ill, I didn't even think about hollering at him again. That shows like the ignorance and the kind of man that Roy Keane was. But I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, Fergie would have done the same thing. You'd have said, fuck that Donny, because that's what they're built. They're
my biggest thing, that's what I was saying. Literally, when I watched it, because obviously it was going around.
That bit made you wince, did it?
And I thought, do you know what? Let me watch it myself. Let me watch it from start to finish, this United section. Yeah. When it was, people talk about Ferguson and man management, do me a favour. So my ears are pricked up, so I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Then he's doing the Ferguson thing, and he's like, I'm surprised his wife wasn't.
Yeah, that's spun.
Then I'm like, ooh, okay.
Man said the chief scout.
But then even when he's saying things, I'm like, okay, this is what he saw going on behind the scenes, what we couldn't see at the time. So, all right, cool, you're bringing that to fruition. Then when man's gone, but Roy, for all the ill health, did you not want to pick up the phone? And
then he said,
do me a favour.
Bro, listen. You see Roy Keane,
that at least he's a consistent scumbag.
As a man,
he's a consistent scumbag. As a man,
I don't have no love for Roy Keane, bro. I think he's a nasty piece of work. I think there's certain things I respect about him in terms of how straight up he is, because I'm very much like that. But I feel like morally, this guy, like, he's so arrogant with it,
That's how he is,
It's nasty, but
he was a fantastic midfielder,
fantastic player.
You need people like that in your team.
You need that.
You know what I'm saying?
Every team should have a player that you want on your team, but you never want to play again.
Absolutely.
And he was one of them guys. So because of Roy Keane's attitude to life, that's what made him the footballer he was. It wasn't his immense talent as a footballer. He didn't have the technical ability of a Scholes or something like that. You know what I mean? But what Roy Keane did have, was he's got that steel, that metal, do you know what I mean? And that scumbaggery, bruv, that he'll go out there and he means you're not beating me today.
Absolutely.
And that is what I love about him. So all the stuff he said about Alex Ferguson, I don't think think he lied. I think we all knew it. I think a lot of people romanticize football and go on like Fergie didn't make mistakes. He didn't do
exactly. That's what I tweeted. I was like, if you think Sir Alex had that long a career and didn't make mistakes, didn't have things where he looks back even now in his old age.
He even said about Yap Stam, he wouldn't have got rid of him.
Exactly. Like this is fine, bro. Like. The career he's had for us, he's been our most successful manager ever in the history of our football club.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, that's life.
Exactly, and that is relationships just in life in general, not just football. So I have no qualms with somebody saying, Sir Alex did this, you know, and you lot think that it was all rosy. Well, he did this and he did that. All right, cool, that's fine, that's I get that. I just didn't like the bit where he said, you know, I'm not even picking up the phone to
see,
you know,
I don't dislike it because I know that's what Roy Keane's about.
You know when you said Sir Alex probably wouldn't, I think Sir Alex would.
Nah.
I think Sir Alex would give him a message.
It depends on
Don't you think?
No, because I think it really depends on the terms that they left it on. I think if they left it on
the terms have been bad. It has been bad.
If it was on bad terms, I just think that they're both as stubborn as each other, bro. Like stubborn. How long did he not speak to the BBC for?
Yeah, no, years.
For time.
Years.
Bro, match of the day, you knew you weren't seeing Fergie.
Yeah, he must be feeling it.
You weren't seeing Fergie, bro. Like, and he stuck to it. He never woke up one day and said, you know what, let me squash this, bro. He can do petty if he wants to do petty. He's done it for decades, bro.
Another thing, and Roy Keane again, this is how he knows the shit house of this guy, when he was going in on John Walters.
Well,
like, man's lost his sister and that as well. And I
said
gave him the address.
Waiting for you to come to
he
my
said,
house,
I gave you the address. Roy Keane, I'm telling you,
that
you
side of
are...
Roy Keane I like though, because that's what I'm on. Like, if you're
just
running your
saying
mouth,
it,
come to my house, bro.
Roy Keane, what I will say if you're watching this, at least you're consistent with your energy. Listen. I didn't agree with everything, the way that you carry yourself. And what I didn't agree with, and I'm acting like I'm talking to Roy Keane, when Gary Neville was said to you, Roy Keane, the manager, would have got rid of Roy Keane, the player. I see, this is what irked me. I see Roy Keane talking about issues about players and attitudes and, you know, there's certain things you can't do, you can't say that. For me, Roy Keane, his whole way clearly doesn't work because he's been shit in managing. Yeah. And if Roy Keane did the Roy Keane thing of now in today's dressing room, today's modern player, where people say Roy Keane would sort that out, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. They'll go, oh, fuck you, bro.
But
I ain't listening to that.
Bro.
But I think he would have got rid of, I do think Roy Keane, the manager, would have got rid of himself. I don't know.
There's something about Roy Keane that makes me think that if he met someone that was a bigger bastard as him, he might actually like have a soft spot for them. I feel. You
think Roy Keane having a soft spot?
Bro, I feel like Roy
do
Keane,
me a favour.
I feel like Roy Keane would actually like get on with a scumbag, bro. Do you know them ones like
he'd get on with someone like him. But
I feel like if Roy Keane had a Balotelli,
but if they tried to challenge him,
end up being friends.
No, bro, he would get on with them type of players. But the players who actually goes, yeah, but Roy, I don't rate this training regime. I don't.
Be like, fuck
do
this
you know what I'm saying? So he would do that thing of axing, man. That's why I'm like, Gary had a point where he said Roy Keane, the man. I don't know. What do you lot think? Let us know on this Roy Keane Gary Neville section. We're going to be talking more about this on the podcast as well with Mark Goldbridge. I know he loves Roy Keane. That's his favourite. I think it's his favourite ever player, Roy Keane.
Yeah, it is.
He loves Roy Keane. And I respect Roy Keane for everything he's done in the Manchester United shirt. He was a fantastic player. That bit you said about every team should have a player that you want on your team, but you'd hate to play against. That was our key. Like, he was a fantastic midfielder. Fantastic.
He was amazing.
But as a man, he obviously always divides opinion. He wears his heart on his sleeve, which I rate to a certain extent. He always says it how he sees it and don't shy away. But some of the things he says, I'm like, really?
I don't know, bro. He's cut from that Souness cloth, innit? And I don't really like that cloth still. I don't really like it. As a player, like, I'm never going to question him. He's put in some of the most, like, ridiculous performances, and it's because of his attitude that he can do that.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just sheer ability, bro. It's just that mental thing where you just will not get the better of me today, tomorrow, or any day, bro. Like, that's what Roy Keane genuinely believes, that you just can't do him anything. Do you know what I mean? Man sat there on the sofa, said, my daughter's here, I told man to come to my house. Like, do you know what I mean? Roy Keane don't believe that anyone can do him anything. And that is why he was the man that he was on the pitch, bro. He doesn't believe it. Patrick Vieira, 6'3" and that, he said, I'll see you outside, bro. Do you see what I mean? Roy Keane don't care.
Man said, John Walters. Man said, yeah. Does a lot of talking, does he, John, eh? Does a lot of talking. It's a shame he didn't have a good career. Shame he didn't win medals. It's a shame he never had a good career.
All over him, bro. Man said the man had some little smashing training regime and that man still couldn't be fit for games and that. Like, Roy Keane was taking a piss, fam.
Oh, the shithousery is at an all-time 100% level, man.
I'm here for that. From an entertainment standpoint, brilliant.
One thing I will take from that is, I'm sorry, it's just so funny. Just like, do me a favour. That's gonna be my line this year, bro. That's gonna be my line. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on that whole Roy Keane, what he said. Was he right? Was he wrong? Is he out of order? And all of that jazz. All right, people, it's time for the all-important question time. This is where we answer some of your questions across all the platforms. You know what? Today I've done it a bit differently. I've done it through Instagram. Sick. Loads of people coming back at us. Yeah, if your question gets mentioned in the show, make sure you retweet us. Let us know. But I'll talk about that a bit more at the end of the show. This first question is, I can't really see who it's from though because I've redone it and whatever. But fine. Cool. You will know if it's your question. Realistically, how many points do you think we could get out of our next 4 games?
Who's the 4 then?
I don't know who the 4th is actually.
Three league games.
It's the 3. No, but I think they must mean the fourth Premier League game. I actually don't know who that's against. I ain't thought that ahead. But let's just do it off the 3. Out of 9 points.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would you be happy with that? Considering one's against Arsenal at home.
Yeah. Don't lose to Arsenal, and then win the other 2, and it's cool. Do you know what I mean?
In January window, if you can only sign one player, who do you guys sign? You only got 50 million.
Christian Eriksen. It's a no-brainer.
That will get him for 50 million as well, isn't it?
Less than that, bro. Last year, he'll have 6 months left of his contract. We need a creative midfield player. He's the right age, Premier League experience, another player that will come in, slot straight into the team, and he won't need to acclimatise, bro. So I'd go all out for Eriksen.
Because I don't think 50 now. Fernandes stayed as well. I don't think that would get you him. Bruno Fernandes.
Shit, I forgot that. You know,
didn't go wrong with you, didn't it?
Nah. You see what I mean, blood? There's something wrong with him, blood. You know what it is, yeah? Like
he was bawling his eyes out.
You know what it is? I forgot, yeah, because as soon as our window closed,
As
soon as our window closed, I didn't give a shit. You know?
There's man out there.
You know what it is? So I forgot, yeah.
January, you could go back in for Fernandes 50 million, but that probably wouldn't get you.
No, man cried and that for nothing. Man doing up waterworks for no reason, bro.
Mad.
Dead out here, fam.
Shaw or Dalot?
Oh, Dalot, bruv. All day, man. All day, fam. All day. You man know how I feel about Luke Shaw. It's never going to change.
With all the cups starting, do you think Ollie will realise how thin his squad really is? I don't think it takes for the cups to start for him to realise how thin his squad is, bro. He's got to know already.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think it will hurt him more when the squad starts getting mashed up and tired and injured and shit.
But you know what it is, yeah? It's not even that the squad's thin, because actually, man for man, our squad's the same size as everyone else's.
And if he brings in Chong and Gomez and
actually... way too big for years, like... We've had like 30 plus man squad. You only need 22 to 25. And we had all 34 man in the squad, bro. We had bare man like Damian that we're never making the bench and we're just picking up wages. So the guys that we got rid of, most of them man weren't making our bench anyway.
No, exactly.
So you have to look at it that the squad's not, it's not that the squad's thin, it's just that the squad lacks depth in terms of quality. That's it, but I don't think it's a thin squad.
We've got numbers.
We've got numbers.
But we're saying that, but then Ollie is leaving man like Gomez not even in and around it, or like Jimmy Garner not even getting in and around it. Chong on the bench, then he's not on the bench but don't come on. So we have got the numbers, but it's actually how he's utilising the numbers.
We haven't seen Chong in the Prem.
Nah.
You see,
but he's been on the bench a couple of times.
But there you go. So that's
on the bench at Southampton.
And this is what I was saying about Ollie. Like it's gonna get to a point where you need to start playing these guys, because if you don't, people are gonna start side-eyeing you, bro.
But not just token gesture as well. Like, don't just play these men against Rochdale. Give Chong, like, I could see this happening. A front 3 of Chong, Gomez and Greenwood for the game against Rochdale. Yeah. Innit? That would be sick.
That would be very sick.
But it's Rochdale at home in the fucking Carling Cup. Yeah. So don't do that, and then we just don't see them man there for 6 months.
Raps a hat-trick here, then cool, then man will play next game, innit? You know that. So
do you reckon he will though? I don't think he will.
You have to, bruv. You can't be lying on man like Rash Bandicoot, blood. I'm telling you, fam. He's a loose cannon.
Hold on, stop.
It's the truth, blood.
Hold on.
Man, a loose cannon, fam.
You just said Rash Bandicoot.
Yeah, that's what he is, blood. He's a loose cannon, fam. I'm telling you, he's all over the place, fam.
You're looking for fucking... Like, last week you said the Souness thing. Yeah, so you're looking for lawsuits with that.
Yeah, you can put that.
Because my job... Do you know what I've worked out?
Rash Bandicoot, I'm telling you, so that.
You know what I've worked out? I'm Mr. Disclaimer.
Yeah, fam.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I will take care of our legal affairs because you're going to get us really fucked at some stage. I'm being serious, bro.
It's all right, bro.
It's not all right.
It's
We'll be
all
out.
right.
We'll be out the job.
We'll be fine.
We'll be out the job. Do you think Ollie's pre-season should have focused more on ball playing rather than fitness?
Yes.
I felt like I didn't need to answer
Yes,
that.
blood. You know what I'm saying? But there you go. But I don't know, man. At least we got a certain man that are good on the bleep test. And this is what it is. But it counts for nothing. But that's why Jesse's still in the team, bro. Yeah. And that's what I said.
That's the next question, man.
That's what I said about ball playing and technique. Like, bruv, like, I'm not fucking professing to be fucking a disciple of Johan Cruyff and that, bruv. I'm not. But I just know, yeah, that if you've got the ball, the other team can't score, innit? Like, it's just common fucking sense. So
simple science.
So,
mate.
like, literally, when we're doing 3 running sessions a day, yeah, but most of these men can't string 3 passes together, you kind of have to look at what they're doing in training. You kind of have to, bro. So, I say it many times, as much as a lot of people didn't like LVG style of football and that, like, I don't have a problem with having the ball. Like, it's always a good place to start.
It's just the end product.
Yeah, it's a good place to start.
Just when you get to the final third, don't just keep having the ball.
Yeah, like if we have the ball, we're closer to scoring than if we don't have it.
Yeah. Does Southgate ignore Lingard's United form?
Yes, he
Absolutely.
does.
That's why he is still in the England team.
Southgate is like every other manager on the planet. They have their favourites. Just like he likes Andros Townsend, bruv, and Fabian Delph. These men will always play for Southgate, bro, because he had them in the under-21s. He knows what they can do. And if he needs them to do a job and he needs to pick squad players, he'll pick them. Do you know what I mean? That's just how it is. I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah. Every manager has that.
Every manager has that. It just so happens sometimes that your favourites of the manager are guys you like. Sometimes they're guys that you don't like. But I think Maddison will displace Jesse Lingard.
Absolutely.
Like he will.
He has to, really, on how he's going on and the chances he actually does create and how he gets on the ball and how I see him impact games. Even if he doesn't score, I just see him impacting the game directly, consistently. Yeah. That's what I've seen.
Maddison will displace him. I'm not really concerned about that. And even from the last squad, Jadon Sancho will displace Marcus Rashford. Like, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, Harry Kane is the shooter. So...
Yeah, he's dead cert in there. This one's about Rashford, this question, actually. This is, again, hypothetical. This isn't an agenda. This isn't something we think should happen necessarily. Well, I don't think we should sell him, but this is the question. If you had to sell Rashford, what would you price him at? I'll let you go first. In today's market.
That's hard.
It is hard, isn't it?
That's very hard. I don't think... When you think, that they're putting like 100 million on Jadon Sancho, then it sounds nonsensical to think that Rashford would be worth 100 mil because he's not.
No.
You know what I mean? But
then if Iwobi's 30 million...
40 he went for.
Is it 40 then?
Yeah, to Everton.
40? I thought it was 30. Well, somewhere in between that.
So that means Rashford has to be at least 70. You know what I'm saying? At least 70.
I was thinking like 60, 65
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But
that's what I had in my head straight away.
Because he's English.
Yeah, and there's a lot of potential there.
Well, I don't think there is, but I think that you could see it because of the age. You could say, yo, it's a gamble that is worth taking. For less than 80 million, probably not. Like
that's crazy, isn't it?
In this market.
Yeah, in this market.
In today's market, that's crazy for me.
So Rants, you're saying 80?
Yeah, and for Lukaku went for 75. No, 70.
And he's got goals behind him.
Lukaku's got goals behind him, and he's of a certain age. But I think even though Rashford don't have the goals behind him, he's got the age and I mean, we live in this FIFA generation, you know the ones, and he's got the FIFA gas, bro. Do you know what I mean? Man will do like a 90 on FIFA or something. Like, so it's all weird, bro.
I said 90.
It's all weird, fam. It's the truth, innit?
FIFA's coming out and saying, what do you think his FIFA rating is?
When I know, who cares, innit? Like, he's not playing for me anyway, I know that. So it's fine. But with these man, like, it's just crazy how like football's gone like that. We're looking at guys like this that wouldn't even get in the squad in previous teams, and now we're saying, yo, this guy could go for 80, 90 million. Because
of the current market, that's what it is, bro.
Football's fucked.
That's what it is. On to the Twitter questions. Didn't want to leave you guys out. At Afro_Tuga says, should United drop Rashford next game if Martial is fully fit?
Yes, but we won't.
No.
You know what I mean? Ollie will let him play his way into form, even if that means he's on form for the whole season.
Is it because I didn't watch all of the England game, but I saw that he was kind of average first half and then won the penalty second half. And I saw a chance when he was clean through, should have scored as well.
Yep.
And that's when Michael Owen was kind of getting after him, saying he's a better player than me in terms of his feet, his pace, his skill.
I read that.
But he doesn't have that killer instinct that I had.
I read that. Michael Owen's 100% spot on.
Exactly. But Rashford kind of hit back and said, no one sees what you see in training. I'm aspiring to be like Harry Kane. I'm
Did he say that?
Not in as many words, but his words was people can't see.
Man.
Like if Harry Kane scores 6, I want to score 6. If he scores 7, I want to score 8.
That's all well and
he was
good
saying
about
all of
what
that.
you want, innit, bro?
He says he benches himself off kind of Harry Kane. Like he wants to be as good as that because he's so clinical.
It doesn't matter what you want, bro. Do you know what I mean? In life, you don't get what you want, bro. Like some things are just not like that, innit? Like the bottom line is, Michael Owen was 100% spot on. I think Michael Owen and Robbie Fowler.
He's on some scumbag shit at the moment
And Robbie
as well.
Fowler, they're like two of the best finishers that I've seen.
Yeah.
Ever, like English finishers ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Harry Kane is up there, bro.
Yeah,
like Harry Kane is a beautiful finisher, bro. Like even his penalties, I think he's the best penalty taker in the world.
Brilliant.
Lad.
You just got 100% confidence that
like,
he's gonna score.
Like the way he strikes the ball with pace,
same run up thing,
power,
and side nets,
and precision as well.
Side nets, bro.
That's what I mean. Harry Kane's the real fucking deal, blood. So when I see Rashford talking about that, no, Rashford ain't a striker to me, bro.
I just see him as a forward.
He's just a forward.
Can kind of just play anywhere across there, depending on what game it is.
He don't have the temperament to be a finisher. How many one-on-ones where he just hits the goalkeeper? Michael Owen would have just dinked that over, man. Do you know what I mean?
Owen in his prime.
Bro, with both feet, man, just dinking keepers. Unless you're dinking goalkeepers, for me, you ain't really like, you ain't that
That's
guy.
not levels.
You're not that guy, you know? Because there's certain strikers, they just put the keeper on the floor, bruv. Like, R9 would go round the keeper, bruv. Or you just dink, man. Real strikers will just drop the shoulder, go round the keeper, or they just dink it over.
But that's why when you look at Aguero, like he has all them strings, just dinks, tight angles, rassing it.
You see, that is how
finesse.
this is how
Headers,
I judge
volleys,
finishes.
clarting it.
Anything, header, volley, chip the keeper, dip the keeper, through the keeper's
all
legs,
kind of
round
things.
the keeper. You know when you're a finisher, you just
that one that
score all
Aguero
the
scored against Liverpool, I think it was when he ran right out to
the tight angle.
and I was like, run, went past Reina. Oh, look, unbelievable striker. But that is the linchpin, the level. Like when I look at Van Nistelrooy, that's what he could do.
Rashford will never be that.
Andy Cole, unbelievable finisher. Like these are even finisher. Rooney in his prime. Don't get me wrong, he didn't have multiple seasons of 20 goals, 20 goals, 20
goals. He didn't have that Michael Owen finish,
but he could ras it.
Bro. And that's what my argument was with Rooney. Someone said to me, do you think Rooney's underrated? And I was like, no, I don't.
No, I think he gets the props that he deserves. I don't think he's underrated.
I just think, he was a very good player. Like, when man are going on, bruv, I said he was overrated, and loads of United fans got on me. But you see me, like, for me, he weren't elite, bruv. Like, when you look at but he's United and England's top scorer. Like, Harry Kane's gonna take that England record from man anyway. And the United record, man done it over 12 seasons, bro. Like, when you do the math and you average how many goals Rooney averaged for United every season, it was less than 20 goals a season.
I think he had a period where he was world class. I think he did.
But it was only 2 or 3 years.
That's what I would say. I would say
12,
he's always been a very good player. But I feel that there was like a 2 or 3 year span where it was like, Rooney's cold.
Where he was a cold.
And then in and around those years, it was like he's just very good. And he's going to score you 10, 15 goals. Like,
there you
take
go.
free kicks
But
and
when
stuff.
you got someone like a Rooney that averages 30 to 35, and Rooney that averages 19 goals a season, bruv, like, man, I have to look at it like that.
Yeah. Last question from Twitter. This is one that I wanted to put a bit of context on, actually. I'll let you come in as well. At Janai_Shiz.
People have asked me that. Bro.
Yeah. Can Wan-Bissaka also play in a central defensive midfield role like Kante?
No, bro.
To give more freedom to Pogba and McTominay to burst forward, and a lot as right back to provide width and the decent crosses.
Man could play Axel there.
To Tony.
Man could play Axel there.
This Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka thing.
You could even play Lindelof there, because Lindelof could probably do a job as a DM. I think he's more a DM than a centre back.
Wan-Bissaka, cannot play central defensive midfield.
These men are playing Football Manager, blood. That's what,
you know what I'm saying.
FM does.
Like these are the guys that I think will put, like, you. I don't know if you play it, but when you do Ultimate Team on FIFA, you got to have the chemistry, and basically you got to have like the players in the right positions. These are the sort of man that will put the RB in the CDM position and have a red line there. So the chemistry goes down just because
right back I saw play CDM, like wing back was like Philip Lahm.
Philip Lahm's
over techie and just levels, blood.
For how amazing Wan-Bissaka is, he hasn't got. I wouldn't say he's got the feats and the passing ability to play there. I don't
because you can pass 5 yards and win the ball.
But it's a different thing having pressure on the ball at right back than in a congested midfield when you got man on top of you.
And also, when you're in the middle of the pitch, players can go both ways. So timing tackles are different than when you know that man's only going to go down the outside.
I even argue. I know you think Lindelof can play CDM as well. I think like even that, I'm like, bro, I just see centre mid is a different ball game, man.
But defensive
yes, you
mid
can
is
sit
different.
and that I get that, but I don't know. You can get hurried on the ball a bit more. There's more going on there. At least you know it's only that striker coming for you.
Phil Jones there before, blood. Like,
And look, and that was shit.
like,
Exactly,
but
shit.
honestly, yeah, it's one of them ones where if you're a ball playing centre half, you can play CDM. You can.
Not in our team, you can't.
Yeah.
Not in our. If you put Victor Lindelof centre mid for us, I think would be trash.
No, but DM, not centre mid. I wouldn't play him there anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? I think Victor needs.
Right, just to finish off the show.
Have a seat, mate, Vic.
Do me a favour. Victor Lindelof, central defensive midfield. Do me a favour. Ball playing centre half. And then now these they're crazy, right? They're talking about Victor Lindelof. Central defensive midfield. My position. Do me a favour. Hey, let's finish off this show. Do me a favour. Let's finish off this show. Prediction and how we should approach this Leicester game. So prediction first and how we should approach it.
All right, well, how we should.
And I think Martial and Pogba will be back.
How we should approach the Leicester game, yeah, is try and keep the ball, but it won't happen. You know what I'm saying? And man, get slapped, bro. That's what's gonna happen. Now, honestly, I think that we're gonna draw with Leicester at home.
I think it's a draw.
Probably 2-2, bro, on some bookie thing, bro. That's what I think. This is gonna be a shit 2-2, bro. Where we can see 2 sloppy goals, and score 2 good goals, and it's not enough, bro. I don't see us beating Leicester at home.
That's so fucking annoying to admit.
I said earlier that I think we're gonna win, yeah, but that was more hope.
That was it's like you read my mind, because the next thing I was just about to say is I was at the beginning of the show. This guy said,
it was more hope.
Like, obviously, we hope we're gonna win.
I think it's gonna be a score draw. Both teams to score, and it's unfortunate, mate.
I think it's going to be a draw. I hate to think that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we see something. But I think there's going to be periods in that game where we get outplayed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You look at
they did
Chowdhury, Tielemans,
and
Maddison in the 10, Ndidi as well. Yeah. Perez. Sometimes I think it's Maddison on the left, Vardy in the middle, Iosi, or Perez on the right. And then Maddison in the 10, and then Ndidi and Tielemans. Or Child, I don't know how Brendan Rodgers is going to play it, but yeah,
Brendan Rodgers is doing very well.
Like if we don't apply ourselves to this game, if we're not at the races, do not get it twisted. We can lose this game easily. Yeah. Leicester are a good team, and it's not paying them too much respect, bro. It's paying them the respect I feel they deserve.
They deserve, yes.
They deserve it. Having said that, we still do. Like you said, with Pogba back, Martial back, is that if we play the right team,
if it goes right for us, we could clock them.
Exactly.
We could beat them.
So it's not inconceivable that we're going to beat them. We can beat Leicester.
If it goes well, but if it don't go well, we could draw or lose, bro.
I just think with our current form and how we are as a team at the moment, I think a draw. I think we're going to draw, which is not great. At all. We need to be winning, and we need a win, bro. The last win we had was Chelsea at the beginning of the season, bro, and that feels like ages ago already.
It does.
You don't want that would be what? Because this would be the 5th game, innit? So you don't want your last win to have been 4 games ago.
But boy, I don't know, man. Like, the numbers are looking damning, bro. Do you know what I mean? We need an upturn of fortune, or else it's going to be peaks.
Rants, socials.
Rants and Bants, Twitter and Instagram, and obviously sub to the YouTube channel as well.
Absolutely, I'm FlexUTD across all of the socials. Most importantly, make sure you're following and subscribe to United Stand across all of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously subscribed on YouTube. Like, subscribe and share. One thing before we do go, I want to say is we love when you guys post up where you're watching the Flex and Rant show from, sending us tweets saying you just watched it and stuff. We love retweeting that, interacting with you guys.
Tag us on Instagram.
Tag us on Instagram stories, at the United Stand, at Rants and Bands, at FlexUTD, however you want to get in contact with us. Let us know on Twitter as well. Let us know, man. Show us where you're watching from. If you're in your work van on the way to work or whatever.
All over the
Not
world
watching
as well.
whilst you're driving.
Yeah, all over the world as well.
All over the world. You know what I mean? I saw someone, I couldn't get your question on, but they were from Ethiopia. Apologies, but look, man, that's what we want to see in it. So let us know where in the corner of the earth that you're that is actually round, that doesn't have corners. Yeah, true, I get that. But yeah, let us know where you're watching from, man. It's been a great show. Let's go and hopefully get a W that we don't think we're going to get against Leicester. Peace.
A big thank you to you guys for watching our latest video. If you want to check out more, make sure you do so right here. Keep checking us out, the biggest Manchester United fan channel in the world, over 500k subscribers deep. Make sure you're following us across all the socials, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. All along here, you guys know what to do. And most importantly, make sure you're subscribed. Peace.